Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Tracy Cunningham with On Point, and we are here today to talk with you all about some of the practices we are taking into our own lives to maintain good mental health. And so we're here to introduce ourselves today. So, Tony, will you introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Tracy. Greetings from the Great North, and by the Great North, I mean Bradley County, Cleveland, Tennessee. My name is Tony Lombard, and I'm over the Cleveland programs up here. That's Think on Point, Life on Point, and Graduate on Point. I have an office in Bradley Central High School where I run our Graduate on Point program from. My coworkers today are my beautiful wife, Charlene, my lovely daughter, Faith, and my young, handsome son, Judah. Also, not pictured are our two pet rabbits, oversized pet rabbits. Their names are Thumper and Big Chungus. I'm looking forward to us being together today.
Wonderful, Tony. Thank you. Next up is Miss Freda McCrae. Freda, tell us a little about yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Freda McCrae, and I am the community school coordinator at Delwood Middle School, and I also am a life facilitator. My coworkers, since I have been at home, are my sister, Cheryl McCrae. She is an employee of the Hamilton County School System, and my sweet dog, Lady. And while I think at first Lady thought it was fun for me to be home, I think now she's kind of over it, but we're both dealing with it. Can't wait to talk more to you guys.
Thank you, Frida. Next up, you have already heard from him in his Giving Back with Pancakes lesson is Mr. Artez McLaughlin. So Artez, tell us a little bit about yourself again.
Yes, thank you, Miss Tracy. Once again, my name is Artez McLaughlin. I am a Life on Point facilitator, and my co-workers this week is my wonderful kids, my two daughters, Aaliyah, Alexa, and my awesome son, Arlen.
Wonderful. Thank you, Artez. And I know she is behind the scenes so much right now, but Blair Gossett, will you tell us about yourself once more?
Yeah, hey guys, I'm Blair Gossett and I'm the executive assistant at On Point. I'm mainly in the office doing office work things most of the time. I do get to go to Bethel Bible Village once a week and put on a life group with those kids, which I love doing. And my coworkers right now are my roommates, Elaine and Sylvia.
Wonderful. Thank you, Blair. My name again is Tracy Cunningham. I'm the Director of Operations at On Point, and currently my coworkers are my husband and our two rescued black cats, which, as you can tell, are very busy, Minnie and Pumpkin. We would need to come to you all today to give some of the practices we are using to maintain good mental health. So, Tony, will you share with us what are you doing right now?
Yeah, thank you, Tracy. In this kind of trying time, the first thing that happened in our household was absolutely chaos. Sleeping late or getting up early, it was a little chaotic. So what we've done and what I've done to really maintain my personal mental and emotional health is to kind of find a routine. What I've done is I've set out a routine, not one that's set in stone, but something that blocks out my time. I want to do this at this time and this at this time. And what it's been able to do is able to keep me focused during the day. But one of the most important things I've done is put in some time to chillax. That's chill and relax. I go outside, I take a walk. I've actually strung up a hammock outside. I put in the AirPods, put on some great relaxing music and just kind of chill. And I've added a lot of those during the day. And what that's done is really helped me kind of get refocused and get back into it. Also, I've spent a lot of times playing games with my kids. We're playing board games. We're even making up things to do. My wife and I have had plenty of time to spend some time with our kids, just some great quality time. So that's what I've done to keep mentally and emotionally strong.
Wonderful, Tony. Thank you. Frida, what are you doing these days to maintain some good mental health?
So I am just being really intentional about doing activities and physical things that help me stay in the light. So that's getting up every morning, not just staying around in my PJs because I'm working from home, but putting on clothes, opening the blinds, opening the windows. I like candles. I love that we have fresh flowers in my home. This has given me some time to get in the kitchen and try out some new recipes. I love to cook, so I take advantage of that time. And just spend a lot of time talking to friends and family and checking in on the people that I love. My friends and I have been doing Zoom calls. We've been doing virtual workouts and all kinds of things, just trying to be, like I said, intentional about doing things that bring me joy and that help me stay in the light during this time.
Awesome. Frida, thank you. Artez, will you share with us what you're currently doing?
Sure. Yes. Currently, just been having a combination of emotional and physical just strategies to help me at home. One has been jump roping. That has really changed my life currently, and just really gave me some more things to do with my kids, and some arts and crafts. We've been drawing and sketching, and just reading, journaling a little bit too. So I've been reading some great books for myself, for that mental health, so, and spiritual health as well.
Wonderful. Thank you. Blair, what are you doing at this time to maintain your good mental health practices?
Yeah, I think I could piggyback off a lot of what the other people have said. I think for a lot of us, our worlds merged a lot with work and home life, or school and home life, more than it ever has before. And that was a really hard mental shift for me, I think. I found myself in work mode a lot. And even when it was time to rest, and some people could be the opposite of that and maybe wanting to rest when you need to be doing schoolwork or doing work. Um, yeah, so that's just where we normally turn off. And so for me, I had to make conscious efforts to separate myself from work time and playtime, I think you could say. So when it was lunchtime, I would try to step away from my computer if possible and just have conversations with the people in my house, or when I would FaceTime my family. And even when the workday has ended, I think that was really important for me to just move my computer, my monitor, and put it away, and make my kitchen feel like a home again, and just bring back a sense of normalcy for me.
Wonderful. Thank you, Blair. I think for myself, meditation is a go-to for me. So there are some really great apps out there. Calm has an app. Headspace is also an excellent meditation app for faith-based communities, or some of you students who are looking for a faith-based option. The 1 minute pause is also excellent. I will use my meditation practice in the morning before I get ready to go into my day. And then as the day progresses, I usually take a pause sometime in the afternoon, but especially if things start to get really stressful, then that's when I really tap into my meditation practice. And then right before bed, I do it one more time so that I'm able to sleep at night. We hope that some of these practices are some things that you can implement in your home and with your families at this time. We also wanted to end by providing you all these great resources again. If at any time you have thoughts of running away, hurting yourself, if somebody's hurting you, please immediately dial 911. If someone is hurting you or someone you love, there's that Tennessee Child Abuse Hotline, 1-877-237-0004. And then here is one more link for some emotional help. We hope these tips have helped you out, and we will see you again soon. Bye.